studio right now. Not
no. But I heard your vid is going into effect tomorrow at roughly about 8:15.
About 8:15 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Why at 8:15 tomorrow?
Because that's when it needs to happen.
I wish, man. I really do. I wanted to go so bad.
Dude, it's going to be dope. We got a dope villa.
So bad.
We got a dope villa.
In Tampa?
Yeah. No, so we're going to stay in Orlando.
Oh, you're staying in Orlando.
Yeah,
okay.
but we're going to make the trip down there Sunday.
Yeah, man. All right.
Be a good time.
Week of the Super Bowl, boys.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Opening thoughts. What are we thinking? You know, the week
business as usual.
You watching like some NFL Network, some ESPN, like
no
hyped it all? No,
I'm watching Tampa Bay Buccaneers hype videos.
Oh, okay.
And I'm watching Brady. That's it.
That's it. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Good.
Might have to go down there and get a COVID cut.
I mean, I would
get half my hair cut.
Why not?
Did you see that?
What?
One of the what is it? The Chiefs Center?
Yeah.
He's got half his head shaved.
Him and somebody else too.
Yeah.
Robinson, right? Or Roberts?
Yeah. Was it?
But apparently now they're all...
It was both the ones put on COVID protocol.
Yeah.
But apparently now they're all off COVID protocol?
Well, they're still on it. As long as they continue... As long as they continue to test negative, they can play in the Super Bowl.
I guess it was a real scare for that, though.
I mean, yeah.
I can imagine.
They lose their left tackle to injury in the AFC game. And then if they lost their center, it's big. Center is big in general. But
center is big, yeah.
Never mind not having the left tackle either. That's your two most vital positions on that line.
By far. Yeah, I mean, Chiefs are in trouble, man. Like, I'm still surprised they're favored by 3.5. Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I really do.
We'll see how it plays out, but I don't know. I'm confident with Brady leading them.
Yeah, I had a client the other day who he's a betting man, you know, like we are, and he dropped $300 on the Bucs spread and the over.
What's the over?
56.5.
I don't know, man. I think the Super Bowl
24-21.
This Super Bowl could really.
You think it's low scoring?
Maybe not as close, but it's
like both teams score less than 30.
It's got a New England LA vibe to me.
No,
yeah,
not does. With those offenses,
dude,
man.
Think about how explosive the offenses were going into that Super Bowl.
With the Rams?
Yeah.
I mean,
the Rams were putting up almost 30 plus a game.
So to the Rams' benefit, they were the second highest scoring offense of all time.
Yeah.
Going into that game, the Patriots that Patriots offense was kind of like all year long. Wasn't like
they were mid-20s,
but they were
mid-20s.
Yeah.
Especially, you had Brady, who the talk was how Aaron Donald and the defense was going to shut him down.
I don't think this is going to be a 13-3 game, though.
No, I'm not saying 13-3, but I could see a 21-17, 21-14.
Yeah?
I could see it very easily.
I don't know about...
Very easily. That's what what did I say last week? What did I say, 27-21? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that happening.
I said I thought the Bucs would score a lot. I thought they'd put up...
there's real concern because... I still think everyone plays because obviously it's the last game and nobody's going to want to sit it out. But, you got Brown who's questionable. You got Mike Evans who's not been
Brown's going to play.
But he's still going to play.
Evans was full participation today.
Yeah, but he's got something going on with his knee.
So was Godwin.
So, you got to really question, how much of this is smoke and mirrors, how much of this is legit. Is everyone healthy enough where they can come out and play their game?
I mean, look at Drew Brees. Look at all these teams.
So it's tough.
Same as hockey.
So, it's going to be real interesting to see. Hopefully.
When it comes to the
I want a shootout. I want a game that's like, back and forth, like you're on the edge of your seat. Because
Casey to get blown out.
I wouldn't mind that either. But
I would love it.
Humble pie.
I don't know, man. Just like there's nothing like exciting. Like, all right, the Super Bowl with the Broncos and the Panthers, that was probably the worst Super Bowl I've ever watched because it was so boring.
That was up there, and then the Seahawks Broncos was pretty bad too.
I didn't mind that one. I didn't like the Panthers one because they just got destroyed.
Or 43-8.
Yeah.
Right? And it was just a blowout from right off the first play of the game.
Yeah.
I thought that was boring too.
I don't know. I don't know. I hope that it's a good game.
I'm sure it will be.
I
think it will be.
I think it will. So I was seeing this thing, right? We when we played, well, I say we, but when the Bucs played Kansas City in the regular season, they lost by 3.
In week 12.
I believe, week 12. It was a really good game. They didn't have Vita Vea, who was their nose tackle, big guy. He was out, hurt, and I believe one of the might have been, I don't think it was AB. There was another offensive weapon that was like dinged up and out. And I feel like now, since like Fournette's come back into his own, it's like a whole, you know what I mean? Like we talked about it last week. It's a whole different offense. I don't know, man. I really can't see. Like, listen, Kansas City, besides losing Patrick Mahomes in that game, it's not like they came out and dominated Cleveland. You know what I mean? Like, they were beating them. They were handling them fine. But they didn't come out and, like, nothing that they've put up in the last 2 weeks makes me go, like, oh, my God, they're going to win. It's set in stone.
Last week, kind of.
Yeah, but you know what, though? Like, was that...
Because a lot of people thought Buffalo would kind of...
Yeah, I mean, I wanted Buffalo to win, too, right.
And you guys thought Buffalo
Right.
would take that step, too. And with how hot Buffalo was playing, especially offensively and Josh
Right.
Allen and defensively, I mean, you saw that game last week and how, Kansas City controlled every aspect of that game.
But I think we
last
can
week.
both agree that Tom Brady's not Josh Allen.
Yeah, well,
and Josh Allen's not
different
Tom
story.
Brady, you know what I mean?
Then again, Josh Allen had a better year than Tom Brady this season,
Right,
in terms of consistency. But
we could also make the argument of playoff Tom and regular season Tom
Right.
is two different things. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, man, if anyone's sitting there putting a doubt on Tom Brady, this game isn't gonna, if the Bucks lose, it ain't gonna be because of Tom Brady, because you best believe that he's sitting there. And he's at the point right now where he can go, okay, you know what? I can win this game, cement myself, prove that it wasn't just Bill. All this there's too much riding on this game. Like, this isn't just Tom Brady coming in as a Patriot. Okay, this is Tom Brady coming in as a Buck. Like, it's just him. Like, yes, he's got weapons, okay, but this is not Bill Belichick's team. This is Tom Brady's team. Bruce Arians has made it very well aware. This is Tom Brady's team.
you could make this argument that Tom Brady single-handedly turned around this franchise in one season.
I want to say single-handedly because they were doing all right even before he came. Like, they weren't playoff.
I don't know about all right.
They weren't playoff.
What do you mean by all right?
They were a contender. Like, not a contender to win the championship, but they were definitely a playoff team. Like, if Jameis Winston held it together, there were so many games that they lost that were close games.
So Jameis Winston was there for what, 4 years?
I believe it was 5.
Didn't make a playoffs a single season.
No.
Right?
No.
I don't.
No.
That's
but
not
I
a
think the
competitor
talent
to
that
me.
you had last year is comparable to what you have this year.
It's the exact same, and there's only one difference, and that's Tom Brady.
No, the difference is you're not throwing 30 interceptions.
Yep.
Like, that's the big difference, the turnover game.
You had Gronk, who's a 6 offensive lineman.
Yeah, but then you lost O.J. Howard. He's a good
I'd rather-
blocker.
Yeah, but Gronk is...
So if they cancel each other out,
You found Brait.
Yeah.
Brait comes up in the
Well,
system.
Brait was good last year,
So
too. It's just nobody
here's
gave
the
him the
thing.
time because O.J. Howard.
Brady comes in and elevates those guys. He elevates Brait. He elevates a 6th-round pick like Scotty Miller,
Right.
who's come out in his own and been a really crucial role player for that
Right.
team, especially with Antonio Brown being out the past
Right.
couple weeks. Scotty Miller, and through the season, Scotty Miller has shown some glimpses of
It's honestly, it's as simple as
potential
this.
here. And Brady is elevating those like mid-tier guys, those role guys. He's elevating them, right? And
Yeah,
you
but-
bring him in.
But I still think,
Part of it, too, is
and listen, how do you win games in the NFL? What do you need to control?
clock.
What else do you need to control? Turnovers.
The game.
Turnovers.
Yeah.
So when you don't have 30 turnovers compared to 6 or 9, whatever he threw for picks this year,
30 picks.
yeah, but what did Brady have this year?
12?
Yeah, so you
I thought it was
got
11 or 12.
yeah, so you gained we'll even say 15. So you gained 15 plus positive possessions. You know what I mean? Where the Bucks, like last year, listen, it's not like the Bucks weren't putting up 30, 40 points a game last year. It's not like they were getting mopped, 31-3, 31-10. Like, they were putting up points. The problem was Jameis Winston couldn't control the ball, and he couldn't control the clock, and he couldn't save possessions. So the turnover battle really killed them. That's why they didn't win that division. That division was weak last year, man, besides the Saints.
No, I want to get the header on the feed.
Header?
Yeah,
What header?
like the name.
Oh, it's not popped up. It's blank right here.
So besides that,
I'll do it on the break.
So besides that, I can't just sit here and say that he single-handedly turned them around. I think he elevated them, like you said, and I think he brought him to that next step. But there's nothing he really turned around. He was the missing piece. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like this team went from in the doghouse, like getting the first pick, and you know what I mean? Like, they were already on their way. He just took them to that next step. And I think Bruce Arians being there was a huge step, too, from Dirks Cotter and, the Greg Schianos and, the Raheem Morrises and things like that.
Here's the thing. what quarterback can you definitively say can come into this situation and bring them to the Super Bowl like Brady has?
I think if you put 75% of the rest of the league,
Maybe
maybe not the Super Bowl, but
no, I'm saying Super Bowl because they're in the Super Bowl.
But that's tough because who else do you say even on any other team? Do you go, oh yeah, he's gonna bring them to the Super Bowl?
Well, yeah, because Brady brought him. He's
give me 3 other guys that you sit there and go, oh yeah, he's gonna get him to the Super Bowl.
Mahomes.
Okay.
Mahomes.
That's it.
That's it.
Drew Brees.
I mean, so you said like
any decent game manager who has an understanding of finding talent,
barring the injuries that he had
awareness.
this season too.
Huh?
You think Brees could have done that same thing with this team?
I think Matthew Stafford could have done the same thing.
I mean, arguably, I think the Saints just have as much talent on their team than the Bucs do, especially defensively.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
The only contrary to the only perk that
I don't
really
think Brees brings
speaks
the
to
Bucs
being
to the
Brady
Super
is
Bowl.
like his coaching ability, the leadership in the locker room. Because I mean, nine times out of 10, the pro Tampa articles I read are about Brady hyping people up. Like I just read one today. It was
talk about Levante David.
Levante David crying in the locker
saw
room. Stop crying. We got a Super Bowl to win.
But that's him being focused.
Yeah.
We all joke about it. Laser focus, right? That's him having laser focus. He's got his eyes set on one thing. And that's why I'm saying that people that want to sit there and say, oh, we know it's the Chiefs. Listen, you're going to get the best of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Because I honestly feel like if it takes if it takes Brady losing a limb to complete this game, he's going to sacrifice it. He'll go out on top. He'll go out with his 7 rings. He's not going to leave anything on the field because he knows, and I think everyone else knows, that this isn't a guarantee that he's going to be back at this stage again. Mm-hmm. If he wants that 7th ring, right, he wants to cement himself and prove that he did it without Belichick and prove that he's not done and everything like that. The time's now. You're like, he's probably just as motivated as he was for the first to get this one.
Granted, the Bucs.
I mean, you heard him. What's your favorite ring, Tom?
Yeah, the next one.
The next one. It's
especially coming to the team and talking about getting number 7 for the 7th ring.
Yeah.
There's too much riding on this game for him to just be mediocre. Like, this is not just going to be game management, Tom. You're going to see him taking big shots down the field.
You won't see the Tom Brady last week that threw 3 interceptions.
No. He's going to be listen, they're going to try to control the clock, which they've got the backs to do that. They know keep Mahomes on the sideline, wear the Chiefs defense down, right?
That's another advantage you got to give Brady. The amount of times that he's faced Mahomes and he's seen that offense, right? There was a stat that popped up. Brady is the only quarterback to beat Mahomes in the playoffs, and Mahomes is the last person to beat Brady.
And it's going to be tough because we talked about this last week too, about how Kansas City's going to come out and play zone. They're going to try to double team it, and Brady's going to pick apart his zone. And you can't play man because then you've got way too many weapons for one-on-one.
The zone is going to get eaten alive by guys like Evans and Godwin.
Yep.
Any
Especially with the soft spots in the zone.
Any slot receiver is going to tear the zone apart. That's why Julian Edelman was what he was, especially when you had Gronk and everyone else. You couldn't cover the field productively.
Yep.
And then you got to think too. We all know Brady's the best play action quarterback. So this isn't where
You think they've tried to establish the run pretty
Oh,
heavy
yeah.
here?
No, they're going to go run early.
Like real heavy.
Yeah, they're going to go run early. I would say probably the first 2 plays will be run.
You need to.
Third
Especially
down will probably
Fournette.
be a play action. They'll probably pick up the third down, and then they'll start working into their screen game, things like that. Short little outside throws into the flats, and then he's going to start working the middle of the field once they get him spread out. And then they're going to come back in, they're going to bunch back in, bring the backers down, then they're going to go single high safety, and they're going to start getting burned. Guarantee it. It's like I can see it coming.
I mean, the key is really just working that clock, eating that clock up.
Yep.
We say it, we've said it a few times. That's how you beat Mahomes. It's like even when you saw Houston, they went up 28-0. They let them come back. Like that doesn't happen with Brady. They're gonna strike fast and just eat the clock away. Control the entire tempo.
I looked to last year too, right? We saw San Fran jump out early on them, right? And everyone was feeling good about it.
Down 10 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden Kansas City comes back. Tom Brady's not going to if they're down by 10, Tom Brady's not going to let them come back. There's no way. There's no way. He's going to come out. He's going to control the clock, long drives. It just absolutely annihilating the play clock, right? Winding things down.
Yep.
You go back and watch that Super Bowl, man. Jimmy Garoppolo's coming out snapping the ball on 15 seconds in the play clock. Why? 10 seconds on the play clock. Why?
Yeah, that's
Chew it down.
that's why Mahomes could come back.
You
He's
could take
facing
a
Jimmy
minute.
G,
You could take a minute just off
not
extending the
Brady.
play clock. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and you know, you're gonna watch it too because I almost saw it a couple weeks ago, and I saw it a few times last playoffs where Mahomes starts to get his pants in a diaper, and he starts to what himself because he's starting to see the fear towards the end.
And he plays a blame game.
And you know what I mean? You've got to keep your foot on his neck, right? How do you do that? You keep him off the field. It's that simple. It's that simple. The thing I like about the Bucs too is the defense is young. They're explosive. They're able to cover flats. You know what I mean? Like they're speedy guys. Their linebackers are quick, so you're not going to see Travis Kelce dominating their backs too much, I don't think. And we all know if you can take away Kelce out of this offense and you bring it down to just the receivers, it's a big part of shutting them down.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, guys like, White and, David, and then, you have the safety in Winfield and, Murphy Bunting and everything like that. Like these are guys that could change
David
this
is going to be
defense.
a game changer, I think.
We'll dive into the keys of the game after this break, folks, because I got a couple questions for you.
You want to
boys
wait and roll it?
about the keys? When's the next break?
24.
24. Okay, we
We're
can
almost
wait and
there.
roll
4
it.
minutes.
All right.
Yeah,
so,
I think Lavonte David's going to be huge. One, high impact.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Kelce doesn't play good with hard-hitting backs. And two, just I think the game-changing thing for Tampa is going to be the dynamic run game. I think that's what's going to set it off is they're going to dominate so much more on the run. They're really going to wear down the defense with a bunch of great drives. And I think in the red zone, Brady's just going to kill it. So, I don't know. It's going to be a good game, though. Wish you were coming down.
I think it will be a great game.
Wish you were coming down, but
I'm really excited about this game. It's one of those.
I feel like it's going to be. It could really, for the sake of your customer, maybe it goes over, but I think it could go under. I just see a ton of running.
Ton of clock management.
Yeah, I just think
Keeping the
that
other
you only
offense
saw
off the
3
field.
picks. You only saw 3 picks last week is because the Bucs, I feel like, knew they had Green Bay. They understood every single play Green Bay was running. Same thing with New Orleans. It was every route they undercut the route and picked off the quarterback every time. They just understand the plays that are going to be called, and they understand, the motions. And I just think that's why Brady threw 3 picks. You're going to see maybe a pick. I think he's going to be so tuned in. Their game plan's going to be unreal. I saw somewhere, I don't know how true it is, that Brady's isolating. Is that true?
I'm sure he is.
I saw that he's 12 days in his home, no one else there. Just because they want him in the game that bad.
He's focused, man.
That speaks to the caliber of what Brady means to the team, and it's going to be his show.
Okay, so the keys here, I think the biggest factor in this game for the Buccaneers to be successful is their defense against that Chiefs offense.
Yeah.
So that Chiefs offense has a lot of playmakers, obviously, with Mahomes there. Who's the first person that you need to not necessarily stop, but you need to contain?
I think, like we were saying, Travis Kelce.
You think it's Kelce?
Travis Kelce. Listen, in order for the Bucs to lose,
Kelce over Tyreek?
In order for the Bucs to lose in Week 12, I believe Tyreek Hill had 2 touchdowns, 200 yards on 12 catches, if I'm not mistaken.
He had 13 for 289.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns.
You think that's going to happen again?
So he had 206 yards in the first quarter.
Do you think that's going to happen again?
I think it could.
I don't think it's gonna happen
not
again.
like
I
not
don't
to
think
that
it's gonna happen
degree.
again.
But that proves so in week 12 if we go back. I know it was a while ago.
Yep.
But that kind of proves to me the weakness in that Bucs defense is their secondary. No matter how young and how much potential they have.
Right.
I think Tyreek, because honestly, Travis Kelce's going to get his. He's going to get his 7 to 10 catches in this game.
Yeah.
Borderline 100 yards.
I think you're going to keep him around
his.
75.
I
He's
don't think
gonna
he gets
get
100
his
yards.
money.
I don't know if he gets 100
In week
yards.
12, he had 8 catches for 92. Mm-hmm. So, he's going to get his looks. He's going to get his catches.
I think
you're going to give up those.
The difference is going to be the yards after.
I think Tyreek Hill is your bigger factor here in terms of stopping the big plays, the chunk yards, the 25, 30-yard pass.
Yeah, but see, those are expected. Though.
That's-
I think the big plays
I
are the
think
third
big-
down conversions where he's
exactly.
going to Tyree. I mean, where he's
That's
going
exactly
to Travis
where my
Kelce.
head was.
You know what I mean? Where he's got that 3rd and 15 or the 3rd and 10 or
Yep.
the 3rd and 8.
I think last,
Who's the
2
money
weeks
guy?
ago it was like 3rd and 20.
Who's
or
the money guy
something.
that he goes to? It's Travis Kelce. Who's
Right.
he go to on the goal line?
Right,
It's
but-
Travis Kelce.
But those big plays with Tyreek Hill
You
is
can
what
afford 'em.
changes the
yeah, but you know
game.
what? Though? Bend, don't break. Bend, don't break.
Let me ask you this.
You know he's going to eat.
How
Tyreek
many
Hill's gonna eat.
times? What's the percentage rate you think he goes to Tyreek Hill on 3rd down
On 3rd down?
all season? What do you think the percentage is?
I'm not sure.
Maybe 20% at best. I don't.
Maybe.
I
But
don't.
again, those big chunk plays, though,
Yeah, but
I don't know, man. Well,
I still think the big
that
chunk
builds
plays-
that momentum.
you give him.
And then you get Kelce in the red zone. I don't know. The secondary here.
I think
against
as a
Tyreek,
game manager, you take into account that you can afford to lose 2 to 3 touchdowns to Tyreek if all hell breaks loose. But I don't think
because
you-
I'm expecting Kelce to get 7 to 10 catches and borderline
I
100
think you gotta
yards.
keep.
So we
I think
know-
you got
touchdown
to
or
keep
two.
Kelce to 4 catches.
So we know Eric Fisher's out on the left side.
Yep.
Gone. It's a big piece to fill.
Right.
Because that's his blind side.
I said that last week. Yeah.
That's a huge piece.
huge.
Who's on that side? Rushing that side.
On that side.
Yeah.
Ugh, is that
Shaq Barrett.
Shaq Barrett?
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the sack leaders.
Yeah.
He's going to eat that guy up.
Oh,
And,
we'll
and
see,
if
man.
Mahomes has to run out of that pocket, man, and he's escaping, it's going to be, I don't know. I can see that
Mahomes
front
is a
four,
baller.
man, just
I'm not
causing
worried about
a
Mahomes.
lot of problems.
I'm really not worried about Mahomes in this game. I don't know. It'll be
I
interesting.
think. Let's
roll
roll
the
the
breaks.
breaks. Yeah.
So we'll be back, folks. Super Bowl week. We're hyped. We're happy. We're excited. Hit us up, 508-222-1320. Be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. MVP Sports Talk Radio.
Oh, yeah.
Right, your boy Ryan Dolinger on the boards. Not going to Tampa tomorrow, but
All right, Ryan, I want to jump back into this.
I need to live through you guys this weekend. Okay,
You will, don't worry.
All right.
So I want to jump back into this. We're talking.
Real quick question: have you figured out a place yet to watch the Super Bowl?
I'll get a couple ideas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just ideas, but not a
Tampa
confirmed
Bay
place.
Stadium.
Yeah, it's called Raymond James Stadium.
Stop it!
What?
Stop it!
What?
Going to the game?
We're gonna try to. What
How?
do you mean how?
So 25,000 people
Yep.
are allowed to go.
It's up to 41,000, by the way.
No,
up
no,
to
no.
40 no, it's
28.
20.
I thought it was 41.
41,000
Last time I saw it was
cutouts.
25.
41,000 cutouts.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
28,000.
Oh,
Yeah. So if not, we'll find a nice little bar down there. Do something.
interesting.
All right. So
Okay.
you want to talk keys to the
Continuing.
game, right?
Keys to the game.
That's what we're doing.
So we'll start with the Bucks since we're all rooting for the Bucks here.
So
Buccaneers keys to the game.
but I want to tax this a little bit differently.
Yep.
All right, because I want to explain this first. So I talked about run game, right? And the run game isn't just important because you're keeping Patty Mahomes on the sideline. The reason why the run game's so important, what's the base defense that you think Kansas City uses?
The base defense.
So what defense have they been out in the most of the time?
3-4.
Dime.
That's their base.
That's their base defense. Now, for those who don't understand, because now we're going to talk football terminology, and some of you guys are either too young that might be listening, or you might be a female, and you just haven't really stayed up with the game or whatever. So, dime defense, you essentially have 6 defensive backs, which there's 11 players.
2 safeties up top.
So if you have
4
6
corners,
defensive backs, how many linemen do you have? Or
You have
linemen
4
in
3 or 4 linemen, possibly 2 linebackers.
right, and then usually you would have a safety come down and
Either
play,
4 linemen, 1 linebacker, or 3 linemen and 2 linebackers.
and you'd have Tyrann
Yep.
Mathieu play as the joker,
Yeah.
right, or the guesser, we'll call him.
Sure.
Okay, so the reason why everyone said, okay, well, who cares? There's still 11 guys on the field, right? The problem is with Tampa, they are a power run game. Okay, so when you have these linemen that like to be aggressive, especially now if you add Gronkowski to that, right? So essentially you have 6 linemen coming at you. Okay, how on earth are these little guys going to stop these big rocks from pushing them out of the way? Okay, now let's fast forward. Let's rewind to week 12. We saw 6 runs when the Chiefs were in dime against Tampa. We saw 6 runs for 48 yards. One was a big Ronald Jones breakout to the left side. I believe went for 32, I think it was. So if you can take the Chiefs, one, out of their base defense, make them uncomfortable, right? Or you let them stay in that, and then they leave themselves with a liability. The liability is obviously stopping the run. Now, you sit there and you say, okay, well, why didn't Buffalo do this? Buffalo doesn't have a very aggressive front 5, front 6. They're more of a
They're solid though.
yeah, but they're
say
not a
more-
power run team.
I'd say more on their linebackers.
I
and
wouldn't sit
secondary
there and say
rather
they're a
than
power
front
run
4.
team, or say that Devin Singletary's going to pound the rock for 30 carries. I think if Fournette is in good enough shape, you can see him get 25 carries.
I don't know. I haven't seen him get 20, 25
No,
carries
but
in a
I feel if this is the
long
game,
time.
this is the game he's going to do it in. You know what I mean? Or you could see him go, with a 12-12 split with Rojo. So Buffalo, they're not a power running football team, right? Brady's always had that kind of power guy. Like, we can make the argument about Sony Michel back when they played the Chiefs. What was that, 3-4 years ago?
In the championship game?
Yeah.
When we beat the Rams?
Yeah. No.
2018?
Yes.
2018?
Yes. Okay. So 2-3 years ago. So the reason why Sony Michel was successful in that game and Rex Burkhead was successful was because we were able to run power style. And it exposed where the weaknesses were. So then you go and say, okay, well, why couldn't Cleveland do that? Because they have Nick Chubb. The problem with Cleveland was they were so far down at that point that they had to play catch-up. So it wasn't like they could just waste time off the clock and run.
Yep.
They had to score points. So with that being said, they jump out to an early lead, or if they keep this game close, right, you have to take away possessions. I feel the only way the Chiefs beat the Bucs is if they can put up 30+. That's the only way I see this game being won by the Chiefs. They're not going to win with 20 points. They're not going to win with 17. They need 30+ to win this game. So you need to run the ball. You need to bring it down so that way you can control the clock, like we said, get them vulnerable, find the weak spots, expose it. Brady knows how to do that better than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I'm saying once we get the power run and they're in that dime set, and then they come out of the dime and they go into their base 4-3 or whatever it might be they're going to go to, that's when the middle's going to open up. That's when Brady's going to start attacking. So if the Bucks jump out ahead, or if they keep this game close, control the clock, limit possessions, I can't see the Chiefs winning this game. That's my biggest key. You've got to keep the Chiefs in their dime, and you have to power run.
Okay, Nick, keys to the game.
I'm gonna regurgitate the key to the run
For the Bucks.
for the Bucks.
We're going around. Going to Bucks.
Yeah, so for the Bucks, I mean, it's just got to be a matter of controlling the clock, controlling the game, and sticking to the run. You know, there's going to be times where the run's not going to work, but it's a matter of sticking to the game plan. The problem with a lot of teams against KC is they have a game plan, doesn't work out right away, and they start switching to just panic mode, throwing, at the wall and seeing what sticks. If you have a game plan, stick with it. And if it's the right game plan, it's going to prevail. The problem is a lot of teams come out and they panic, and then they let up 14 consecutive, 17 unanswered to the Chiefs in, a matter of 5 minutes. So, I think just coming out and just, again, taking as much time as you can out of Mahomes' hand is the answer to the game. I guess on the counterpart, for the Chiefs, adapt and to shut down the run, force them to air it out, and hope that Brady's going to throw 3 picks again this week. That's really their game plan. It's got to be shut off the run, force Brady to throw, and, we'll show up. And you hope, maybe Evans is actually a little bit hurt, and you shy more on Godwin for coverage. And but it's tough because that team's so stacked. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Very tough. So keys to the game for the Buccaneers. So I'm going back to this first matchup, right? Kansas City got right off the bat, led 17-0 in the first quarter.
Yep.
Right? It was, let's go here, 20-7 at halftime. By the fourth quarter, it was 27-10. If it's 27-10 going into the fourth quarter, like that, 17-point deficit, on the flip side, I don't think Mahomes allows them to get back into this game as well. Because in terms of you're comparing Mahomes and playoff Brady here, very super comparable here. Give a slight edge in terms of talent and in terms of execution.
The problem is the Chiefs are a go.
Like as great as Brady,
offense.
and I'm the biggest Brady fan there is, but in terms of looking at this game, if you give Mahomes a 17-point lead going into the fourth quarter, he's not going to lose.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. I don't care who's playing quarterback, right? Or what weapons he has surrounding him. 17-point deficit against Mahomes, you less than a 1% chance of winning that game in the fourth quarter, right? So you can't fall behind in this game. The Bucs cannot afford to let Kansas City rip off, 14, 17, 20 unanswered points like you were mentioning, right off the bat. You can't do that. I don't think the Buccaneers, especially, that Bucs defense, as good as they are and as talented and as young and hungry as they are, them being down by that much and giving up that many points in that short amount of time is going to wear them out, right? And once it gets to the fourth quarter, if Brady's trying to claw them back into the game, that's when Mahomes goes into game manager mode and starts to control the clock a little bit more, wears down the Bucs defense, chews some clock. You can't. The first key for the Buccaneers is not letting the Chiefs get out to a big lead or wrap off, 14, 17, 20 unanswered points. Can't allow that to happen. So that's number one. Number two is the Buccaneers secondary has to step up in this game, especially from that first meeting, giving up over 200 yards receiving to Tyreek Hill alone. The big plays. You need to limit the Chiefs' big plays, 25, 30-yard pass plays. You need to limit those. I firmly believe that once it's all said and done, Travis Kelce will be the greatest tight end of all time. He is the most consistent. He is dominant. No matter who he faces, he will get his. He will get his looks. He will get his catches. He'll get 7 to 10 catches in this game. He'll get borderline 100 yards, touchdown or two. Like he will be a factor in this game. In terms of containing him, I don't think you keep him below 6 catches in this game. He's gonna be a go-to guy on third down. I don't know how they contain him. So even if you double him up, or you put a sole focus on Travis Kelce, that opens up the door for everybody else, and Mahomes can find them. Right? It's limiting those big plays offensively, and then of course with the Bucs, it's the turnovers. Right? I think Ronald Jones had a fumble last week, or against the Packers. Brady throwing those 3 picks, but again, like I know those interceptions didn't have a big influence in the game. I know 2 of those interceptions were like deep in Green Bay's territory, so it was almost like a punt. Like I get that. I don't see Brady making those same mistakes again. Brady's, like Tim said, Brady's not going to be the reason why they lose this game. Yeah. I think it'll be defensively, and I think it might be, as long as that Tampa offensive line can hold up. Like Chris Jones has been playing really well, and you can't sleep on Frank Clark either. I mean that's a formidable pass rush on that Kansas City defense. It's something to be dealt with. So I would put that as those keys. It would be limiting the Chiefs' big plays and those runs of 14, 17 unanswered points that they like to what's the word I'm looking for? That they like to go through.
It's going to be hard. And then that 14-yard run.
That young secondary. I would put that young secondary as the number one key to this Buccaneers game, for sure. And especially if Winfield is healthy and you trust him enough as a rookie to go one-on-one with Travis Kelce and be physical with him at the line of scrimmage. That's how you kind of try and contain Kelce. Be physical with him at the line of scrimmage, because if you give him space, it's over. You need to be physical with him at the line. Plain and simple. Those are my keys. That's how I would look at it.
Yeah, I mean, like the word you're looking for, too, is like press. So you press him at the line, tear him off a little. So, yeah, I mean, pressing Kelce's going to be a must.
Tampa has the roster, and Tampa has the personnel to make this game a physical game.
You're forgetting Tampa also has a nice little young safety. Where's number 31?
I just said Winfield.
Yeah.
He's a rookie.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, this guy, it's not like,
And he was hurt. Yeah. He didn't play in the NFC Championship
If he plays, which he's going to.
Yeah, he's going to play.
I could see him controlling Kelce.
Do you think he can match up with Travis Kelce?
Yes.
Do you think they do?
I think he's one of the more stronger safeties in the whole entire league. I really do.
It's a bold statement.
I really do. I think he's a physical player.
Bold statement.
He's a physical player.
Formidable safeties in this league.
Yeah. Who else do you really put up there?
Against Kelce?
No, I'm saying against like
or on Tampa's roster.
No, so who do you look at and go, yeah, that guy can control Kelce?
Nobody.
Why?
Nobody.
So why?
What do you mean why?
Why?
So
you think that Travis Kelce's just gonna win every matchup that he plays against? Nobody can control him.
I mean, this year he's proven that.
No. He has an average year, and again, the problem
an average year,
not like an average season,
year?
like he has like his average season, like he does what he does every year.
Like this season?
Yes, like he does what he does every year. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Not like he's just like an average player.
This season he broke the record for receiving yards by a tight end.
Right, but what I'm saying is like how many times has he been close to that? How many times has he been close to that? It's
Almost
just it's an average Travis Kelce year. That's just what it is. The problem with Kelce and the reason why he's so explosive and he's so good in this system is because everybody that comes in to play the Chiefs wants to play man. Who plays zone against the Chiefs? Buffalo didn't play zone against the Chiefs.
You can't play zone against the Chiefs.
Exactly.
I don't think Winfield can match up man-to-man against Kelce.
So who do you think in the league that can match up? Nobody?
No one.
Nobody can stop Travis Kelce.
Seeing his numbers from this season, no one.
Who's he played? Show me the safeties that he's played.
Hang on a second. Let me go back. Okay. Chiefs schedule. We'll do that. Drop it down. Okay. Here we go. Texans week 1.
Okay, who they have? Nobody.
Chargers week 2. Okay.
I'm pretty sure Darwin James was out by then, right?
Ravens week 3. Pats week 4.
Nobody.
Raiders, they lost in week 5.
Abram was out.
Was he?
Yeah.
You sure?
Abram went out like the second week, I think.
Okay.
Jonathan Abram, yeah.
So let's see here. Buccaneers, week 12.
Which I don't think, did Winfield play that game?
Yep.
You sure about that?
Yep, he had 5 tackles. All right.
And what was Kelsey's stats there?
Saints?
You can make
Saints,
you can make
Malcolm
an
Jenkins?
you can make an argument for Malcolm Jenkins.
Yeah. Well, what did he do in that game? Let's see. All right. Travis
I got
Kelce,
you somebody that
9
shut
for
him
60, 9 for 78 and a
So
touchdown.
I think here's a good comparison. Got you. So the only
So in terms of like a safety that could match up with Kelce and keep him contained, Jamal Adams maybe. I'd put him in there.
Why are we talking just safety though?
Well, because usually your safeties,
Yeah, usually
safeties and
safety will cover
linebackers,
tight end.
right?
But not always. One of
So
the only players. Who
if we
shut-
go to Super Bowl, right?
one of the only players
Who do you
shut
match
down
up
Kelce
against
is the
Travis
corner.
Kelce in the Super Bowl? Who do you, that can contain him?
Any
September.
player? Any player in the NFL?
Sure.
J.C. Jackson.
You think JC could?
He already has,
But JC's on the outside.
but he already covered him and shut him down for a what? In 11 yards in the first half. 2 catches, 11 yards.
In 19?
2019. And then I think it was like a 12-yard catch for a touchdown, like the second quarter. Shut him down the entire first half.
Abrams was hurt.
2019.
Abrams was hurt on the 19th of September.
Abrams was?
Yeah. Sorry, Abram. So
Abram.
that's definitely before week 5 because week 5 is like October.
All right.
So yeah, I mean,
in terms of like consistency, right? Like,
so I mean, I think
it's-
that speaks exactly to what you need to do. You can play like JC. What does JC do? Presses. He's aggressive. He's very grabby, very pushy. You know what I mean? He's a very just nitty gritty, hands-on guy.
I'm sorry, but like I'm looking at his stats and I don't understand like why you're so like heavy on this guy.
Travis Kelce?
Yeah. So he had 6 catches for 50 against Houston, 9 catches for 90 against the Los Angeles Chargers, which we are like the Patriots blew them out, so like I can't really say too much about them. 6 catches for 87 yards against Baltimore, 3 for 70 against New England. Just goes to show that Bill knows how to shut them down. 8 catches for 108 against Las Vegas with absolutely nobody in their secondary.
Who covered him in that game against New England?
I don't know. I'll have to get to that. 5 catches for 65 against Buffalo and on the 19th. 3 for 31 against Denver. 8 for 109 against New York Jets. Again, who cares? 10 for 159 against Carolina. Nobody there to cover him. 8 for 127 against the Raiders again. Again, no Abram. Nobody really physical in that secondary. When they played Tampa, he went 8 for 82. Denver again 8 for 136, Miami 8 for 136, New Orleans 8 for 68, Atlanta 7 for 98, 8 for 109 against Cleveland, and 13 for 118 against Buffalo. So like I look at all these numbers he's put up, and there's nobody there that can cover Travis Kelce. But then you go back and you look like I'm not even trying to like talk as like a biased fan right now, but like 8 for 82, which is what I said, pretty much 8 for 75 or whatever earlier. That's like an average Travis Kelce game. And, you know, again, I agree with you that Travis Kelce's going to eat. He's going to get his. He's going to make his money.
Number 1 on tight ends.
What?
In terms of tight end numbers, he's number 1.
Yeah, but all right. We can
average,
talk about tight
an
ends
average
later.
Travis Kelce game is the greatest tight end of all time.
No, it's not.
It-
An average
he will
Travis
go down as
Kelce
the greatest
game
tight
is
end
8
of all
for
time
82.
before it's all said and done.
I don't think so. I disagree with that. I still think that Gronk will be up there at the end of the day. Anyways, that's a whole nother day for discussion.
Sure.
What I'm telling you is I agree with you that he's going to eat, but I don't think that the big play – like, all right, you want to talk momentum. We all know that at some point there's going to be a big bomb to either Sammy Watkins or to Tyreek Hill. And we all know at some point it's going to be a big play in the game, probably a 3rd and 6 or like a 3rd and 9, somewhere either towards the end of the second quarter or somewhere on a big possession on 3rd down where the Bucs can probably swing momentum and like, you know, going into the 4th or something like that. And they're going to look to Travis Kelce over the middle, or that they're going to be down at the goal line on a 3rd and 6, or it might even be a 4th down, conversion, 4th and goal, where they're going to look to Travis Kelce. That is their game. Like when they come into, oh crap, we need a big play, it's Travis Kelce. And the part of it is because not too many people can cover him. The problem now is where you have Winfield Jr., who's he's not, by any means, he's not an Ed Reed. He's not, Jamal Adams yet. I would like to think that against Jamal Adams, he would probably have his way with Travis Kelce, right? So the thing that makes it tough with Travis Kelce is his size and his speed. So how do you match that with size and speed? And so, Winfield is not a small guy, right? Levante David is not a small guy. White is not a small guy. Like, there's pieces there that they could shut down Travis Kelce with. And I think if he was that explosive, maybe it's because Tyreek Hill had the 13 catches for 200 and almost 90 yards that they didn't go to Travis Kelce a lot. But I feel like if he was the big difference maker, why didn't they go to him more often last time? Why did he only have 8 catches in that game?
Only 8 catches?
Only 8 catches in
That's
that game.
That's a pretty darn good.
For someone who's supposedly the best tight end of the game, he should have had a lot more than 8 if he's the big playmaker.
I don't know about 8. Well, tight ends are lucky to get 4 or 5 catches a game, let alone 8.
But he's also not the average tight end. Like, he's a wide receiver. It's the same thing as Aaron Hernandez. He's a wide receiver in a tight end body.
What's his stature?
What's
his stature?
I would put him comparably. If Aaron Hernandez was still here and playing, I guarantee their numbers would be almost identical.
He is.
I think he's like 6'4" or 6'5". Actually, he might be 6'6". And I'm pretty sure he's probably pushing about 240, 250.
Oh, let's see what Travis Kelce is. 6'6", 260. So about Gronk. He's like Gronk. Yeah, same type of physical stature as Gronk.
He plays, and the problem is that he's quick. Like, what was his 40 time?
I just had that pulled up, actually.
I'm almost willing to bet it's like a 4.6 something.
Hang on a second. Crap, I just had it pulled up. Where is it? All right. Oh, crap. Never mind. Yep, you're right. 4.61.
Yeah. So, like, does your average tight end move at 4.6?
No.
He's probably like a 4.8, 4.9.
He's great.
So he's difficult to cover. That's why
I got a
Hernandez
question.
was difficult to cover.
That's my point. You're agreeing with me.
Here's a question. How many tight ends had like a huge games against the Bucs this year? That's what I want to know. I don't know
how many tight ends had a huge game against the Bucs.
Because if you haven't noticed, New England knows how to shut down tight ends. They've done it year after year.
Yeah, so
Hunter Henry.
That's the thing with the Pats.
Kelce,
Belichick has always picked one player in those crucial games to either contain or shut down. And more often than not, against Kansas City, it's been Kelce or Hill. Yeah. It's one of the two, right?
Yeah, Hernandez ran a 4.64.
And by the way, also for the game this year where they held Kelce at 70 yards, it was Williams covering him and then Duggar over the top, shadowing.
Buccaneers stopping tight ends, right?
Yeah.
All right, so week 1. I don't even want to look at week 1. Let's go. Let's start with week 12. Yeah, with the Chiefs game. So 8 for 89 and a touchdown for Kelce. All right, where is it? Rams, Raiders, Packers.
Which even 89 and a touchdown, I think is all
Chiefs,
right.
Like
once you get into the 100 or more yards, you're probably losing that game.
Okay.
So Tampa Bay was like
Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., tight end, 4 for 63 and a touchdown. He was the leading receiver on Minnesota the following week after Kansas City.
Tampa Bay was the middle of the pack against tight ends this year.
Okay.
So they let up 86 receptions for 832 yards with 9 touchdowns.
Trying to look at like a decent
out of 120 targets.
Okay. I mean, he had Chase Daniel thrown to him, so Falcons. Okay, that might be.
I just wonder if
Matt Ryan,
which, by the way, Tampa Bay was also ranked higher than Buffalo and Cleveland by a fairly large margin when it came to tight ends.
Are we rolling a break, by the way?
Yeah, I'm rolling that break into the top of the hour.
Roger.
So,
no.
I think would be what you do. You don't take Devin White out. I think you put Levante David up on the line against Kelce to bump him, right at the line of scrimmage.
You have to bump him and shake him
right,
off.
And then Levante David, shades from Kelce. Once Kelce gets into his route, that's when Winfield takes over, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a good recipe for success for the Bucs. Now, do you want to really take Winfield out of that secondary and focus primarily on Travis Kelce? Who's the other guy opposite of Winfield, Tim? That plays opposite of him? Because if you take Winfield out of that secondary, right, out of those deep zone reads, which is what he's been good at all season long as a rookie, right? If you take him out of that deep zone read and you have him have a sole responsibility on Kelsey, do you trust the rest of your secondary to step up? That's the big thing.
Whitehead. That's
Okay.
right, Jordan Whitehead.
So Jordan Whitehead. So do you trust Whitehead to cover a third of the zone in the center of the field, and have Winfield focus primarily?
Well, I
on
definitely want
Kelsey
to play man
and match him up.
I definitely want to play man.
Right, but you're not going to
But
play
that's-
man every single play.
But that's also why
That's just
Tyreek
not
Hill.
realistic.
No, but that's why Tyreek Hill had such a good performance, because he destroyed Carlton Davis. Mm-hmm. Like, destroyed him. Clearly, as the numbers that we talked about earlier.
Good evening, James Barnes.
And that is because of man.
Good evening, Mr. James Barnes. How you doing?
So if you put that into a zone, I think that changes the game completely.
So, all right. So what about? So we got like a few minutes here left before we hit the break. What about the keys for the Chiefs? So we're all pretty biased on the Bucks. We all want Brady to win his 7th, right? We all want that to happen. But what are the keys for the Chiefs?
Well, I mean, I touched on it a little bit. I mean, the key for them is going to be keep the ball out of Brady's hand as much as you can. Keep to what they basically already do. Control the game. Own as much possession as you can. Right? They love to have the ball in their hand. They have so much offensive power. So keep the ball in play. Keep it out of Brady's hand. And, I mean, you got to tackle the run and force Brady to throw. You got to hope that he's going to throw 3 picks again. Again, personally, I don't think it's going to happen. I think those picks were kind of in a game they thought they had in the bag. But, you have to force them to go air. You got to rely on your backs. You got to rely on your pass rush, right? You pay guys like Clark big money to get in there. So how do you avoid,
and that big contract extension they gave Chris Jones
exactly.
this past
You pay him big
offseason.
money because you're expecting him to get in the backfield.
The pass rush. That's
And
their
then they
first
got
key.
to overcome that
You
line.
got to make Brady uncomfortable. If Jones and Clark and that front four can push the pocket,
Which I
Dominate
personally
line
It
of
comes down to
scrimmage
Steve Spagnuolo, man.
and make Brady uncomfortable,
yeah.
a la the Super Bowl in 07
Yeah.
and
Which was
2011 against the Giants.
Steve Spagnuolo.
Both Super Bowls.
Steve Spagnuolo.
Exactly. That's your key. That's
So-
the key for the Chiefs.
So here's the thing. This is why Steve Spagnuolo, and if anyone that's paid attention understands why he's kind of got Brady's number.
Steve Spagnuolo is the defensive coordinator of the Chiefs.
Yeah.
folks.
So the reason why he's giving Brady such a hard time is, and you know what? I could even put this on the Bucs end too. So Brady really struggled with the Bucs at first because their offense is set up for the receivers to adjust their routes based off the coverage, where Brady needs to have the answers first at the line before they can have any type of success. Now, how do you give Brady the answers? Well, that's by telling them what type of defense they're in, whether they're in man, whether they're in cover zero, if they're sending a blitz package,
And I'll
things like
tell you
that.
what, after that Week 12 loss to the Chiefs, it's been an entirely different Buccaneers team offensively.
Right, but that's because
in that regard that you just mentioned.
that's because they've simplified the offense.
Yep.
And they've started, if you watch, especially with the game against Green Bay, there was more motion in that game than anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that allowed Brady to figure out, okay, they're in zone or they're in man. And this goes back to how Brady picks apart a defense.
A defense can only disguise their coverage so much.
Correct.
Based on the
Correct.
amount of motions
I mean, obviously, if you've got, two
that
receivers
you
going in
have
motion.
and the sub packages that you put in
Right.
offensively.
So if you got two, receivers going in motion and, the defense is motioning with them, well, what does that tell you that they're in? Mm-hmm. You're in man-to-man defense. Okay? If you have two guys going in motion and they all stay, you're in a zone. It's that simple.
So what's the key for the Chiefs?
So the key for the Chiefs, again, is Steve Spagnuolo not allowing his defense to get, I guess you could say, read or called out at the line of scrimmage. You need to disguise your defense. You need to not let Brady know what's coming to you as far as what type of blitz packages, what type of coverage you're playing. Don't get me wrong, Tyrann Mathieu is one of the best people at this.
That's where this chess match is going to come into
and
play.
we talked about him being the
Tyrann
Joker.
Mathieu is the quarterback of that defense,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a chess match. How's Matthew versus Brady in terms of the mind games?
He's a big player
in the
for
chess
them.
match.
And, we called him a Joker earlier, right? If he can stay disguised, if he cannot let Brady get his reads, it's going to be tough for Brady because Brady's not going to be able to get his offense in motion, and he's not going to get his offense going. So the biggest thing for the Chiefs is to confuse Brady Because if you confuse Brady, and we talked about it, Brady has a bad game, it's over. It's over because the run game's not carrying them. You need Brady. You need Brady.
Brady's going to be there.
So if you can take Brady out of the equation by just confusing the hell out of him, you're pretty much on your way to repeat a championship back to back. It's that simple.
It's that simple, folks. And with that, we'll hit the break. Top of the hour.
Yep.
Call us here. We got an open line. Hopefully, maybe Drew calls in at 8, right?
Yeah, we got a bunch.
When he calls in, so 508.
We got a bunch of viewers watching too. Stick around.
1320. We do have a bunch of viewers. Y'all, get in on the thing. 508-222-1320. Call us. Talk Super Bowl. Talk Brady. Talk Pats. We'll get into the Matt Stafford trade too. We'll be right back.
Did it say what game we're at tomorrow?
Yeah. Welcome back, ladies and gents. 8 o'clock, hour in. We back live. MVP, Sports Talk Radio.
Bless.
Gotcha. God bless you.
Thank you.
I got you.
No, it's not COVID.
I got you. Better not be.
It's not COVID.
Better not be.
The vid?
Don't worry, I covered my mouth with
the
my
vid?
shirt.
We got
got
our
the
boys
vid?
flying down to Orlando and driving to Tampa tomorrow. Going to be on site for the Super Bowl. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
buddy. MVP on site.
Just taking my Hard Knocks bandwagon, having
there you go.
you know what, rear end.
Hard Knocks bandwagon having. Yeehaw. Well,
Because
would you
I've
look
only
at
been a
that.
Bucks fan since they were on
This
Hard
is the
Knocks.
gate I
Look
flew out
at
of
that.
last time.
You know.
Bless you, Billy Bob. Holy snap.
Who said that? James Barnes?
Yeah.
My dude. That's my dude.
Bless you, Billy Bob.
Hey there, Billy Bob.
Hey, darn. Oh, man. Whew.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, what are we getting into now?
So,
Reasons why Pat Mahomes sucks. Okay.
Here we go. I got you. All right. So first off, I want to get Ryan's
go.
take.
all right, Nick. All right, Nick.
This
All right,
is
Nick.
fresh
right,
off
Nick.
the rumor desk.
Press off the press.
Breaking news.
Breaking news, folks.
You're gonna have to cut it because it does go
Yeah, it
long.
goes forever.
It's 8 seconds. 8
All
seconds.
right, so let's just wait 10
No big
seconds.
deal, right? Yeah, there you go. Done.
All right.
Go.
This is not official news. This
Not official
is
news.
currently
Okay.
one of the hot rumors. Does have some credible sources, so that's why
Oh,
I'll
I know where
bring
he's
it up.
going with this one.
Wait,
I
hot
did tell
rumors?
Tim earlier.
How hot are the rumors, though?
This is a pretty hot rumor. It's quite the biggest rumor of the season, probably.
Okay.
This involves Deshaun Watson,
Oh.
a 3-team trade
Oh.
for Deshaun Watson
That sends Deshaun Watson where?
to
Home.
Las Vegas,
That sounds right.
right? And so the trade is going to go as follows. Washington football team will send 2 first-round picks to Vegas for Derek Carr. In return, those 2 picks, along with 2 additional first-round picks, yes, 4 first-round picks, will go from Vegas to Houston to acquire Deshaun Watson, and he will go to Vegas.
And then
And
what-
Carr would be in Washington.
Carl Lee in Washington. What does Vegas get?
Huh?
What does Vegas get in that deal? 2 first rounders from Washington?
No, Vegas gets Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Vegas gets Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, Houston gets
Houston
4
gets
picks.
4 picks.
Houston gets the 4
Carr
first
goes,
rounders.
And Carr goes to
Washington.
Washington.
Carr goes to Washington.
Yeah.
Because Gish in the car can't go. That's how you spell Derek Carr to Chicago.
That's interesting because I thought Derek Carr going to New England would have been a huge possibility too.
I think
Well,
it's it.
There's no saying that they don't offload him, but
I'd like it. I wouldn't mind it.
Would you trade 15 for Derek Carr?
Oh, that's tough. This is the thing, right?
not 2 firsts. No way.
especially
That's
with
2
especially with
overvaluations.
what LA gave up for Matt Stafford this past week, right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna get a bona fide, like established quarterback in this league that has had success, you're gonna have to lose a trade. You're gonna have to lose.
I can see the
trade.
Patriots trading 15
right?
for Carr.
I
And
would-
then I could see Vegas trading the 3
I
first round
wouldn't
picks for
mind
Watson.
giving up 15 for Derek Carr.
I don't think I would.
I wouldn't mind it.
I don't think I would because then you still have all that cap room to go and get yourself. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't mind it, especially if you were going to give up 15 for Matt Stafford. I'd much rather have Derek Carr than Matt.
yeah,
Stafford.
I think Derek Carr is. Yeah,
Derek Carr might not be as established as Matt Stafford is in terms
but
of
you also need to look at the teams that he's played with.
that too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, his hype wasn't as big as Matthew Stafford's was.
Derek Carr borderline that once a couple seasons ago was 2016, 2015, something like that. Maybe 2017.
Yeah.
He's
When
also
had,
if he
had like an
coaches-
MVP caliber year
Yeah.
till he got hurt and he couldn't play against Houston.
He's also had iffy coaches, iffy players on his team.
Inconsistent.
Bring him here,
Yeah.
stack the team well. You already got Marvin Jones supposedly trying to come here. Yeah, plenty of money to spend. Do it right.
I do want to say, if we don't trade 15, it's going to be Mac Jones.
Yeah, especially after that interview today.
And I've been
Who
telling
am I
you guys
seeing
that
Mac Jones at
for weeks. It's going to be Mac Jones.
Who did I see Mac Jones going to? Because Bucky Brooks just came out with his
Yeah,
mock
he
draft.
said that he wasn't going to make it out of 10,
Yeah. Mac Jones.
which I could see
Mac
that.
Jones, I don't think he even has Mac Jones going in the first round in his first mock draft.
Well, I don't know. He's definitely going to go first round.
Yeah,
if he's
great-
there at
yeah,
15,
he had
New
a great
England's not,
Senior Bowl.
New England's not
Borderline.
going past him. New England's not going to let him walk past 15. I guarantee it.
I don't want
It's
Mac
either he's
Jones.
gone before New England or he's coming to New England.
Mac Jones is a project. I don't think he's an instant starter. You can't make him an instant starter.
No, that's why Cam Newton will be coming back for another year. I told you
Jesus
this.
Christ, here we go.
I'm just telling you. Like you can get all upset all you want. That's what's
I
going
don't
to
want
happen.
Cam Newton back, man.
That's what they're going to do. I'm
Right, so
I'm
do you-
willing to
I
bet.
like Cam Newton as a person.
Did
I
you
like
get
him as a leader.
get
I don't like him as a
Fitzpatrick? You
quarterback.
get Fitzpatrick for 1 year?
No,
So you have Fitzmagic and Mac Jones.
no.
You're in a total rebuild at that point, and I don't know if Bill wants to go.
I am
through,
telling you,
full
Patriots went
rebuild
7 and
like
9. 7 and 9. They will bring back Cam Newton on a 1 year deal Here's a full season. Have at it. We're going to get you some weapons.
Full preseason.
We're going to get you some weapons.
If that happens.
Cam Newton, you're going to draft Mac Jones so he can sit on the bench and learn the offense. They're going to trade probably Jimmy Stidham or Jared Stidham.
He had
sorry.
Kyle Pitts going 6 overall to Philly.
Yeah,
too.
Kyle Pitts isn't going to make it to New
Top
England now.
10.
But that tight end from Penn State, we can talk about him after because I feel like he's going to be coming as well. So
Not
you
at
draft
15.
Mac Jones. No. You draft Mac Jones at 15. You bring back Cam Newton. You get some receiver help. You trade Stidham's rear end out of here, probably to Houston, okay, for maybe a third or maybe even a fourth round draft pick, okay? That gets you a little bit more help in the draft. You probably get another wide receiver somewhere in the middle of the rounds. You probably grab that tight end. You hope that either Ossie or Keene can come alive, which I highly doubt. You probably move Gilmore. Okay, you re-sign J.C. Jackson. These are all things I could see happening. And I'm telling you, I know you don't want to hear it. I could really see Cam Newton coming back.
Well, can you now?
Well,
Cam
100%.
Newton coming back. I don't know. What do you think, Drew? You think Cam Newton comes back here, man? I don't
Tom
see
Brady is not walking through that tunnel. Cam Newton is not walking through that tunnel. Josh Allen is not, well, he'll walk through the other tunnel, but he's not walking through the home tunnel.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but Tom Brady's walking through that other tunnel as well.
The best we got is we hope for the draft, and we hire a veteran free agent in the offseason.
So our boy.
So who's the veteran free agent?
You pick him, man. You pick him. I mean, Fitzmagic will be available out there.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get, a top-flight guy to come in here. Unfortunately, Teddy Bridgewater, Marcus Mariota is somebody that we've talked about before.
So, side note, going back to the Super Bowl, James Barnes, since he's been the one that's been interacting on our chat most often during during our stream, he still wants to know if you're Kansas City, do you go all out and rush Brady hard in this game?
Yeah, you have
Smash
to.
him in the mouth, man.
You have to.
You have
right?
to. There's
And
no
you have
other-
to trust
no
your
other
secondary
option.
to match up one-on-one.
No other option.
Against Evans, against
Yeah, you have
Godwin,
to.
against
You have to.
Antonio.
You're going to get Brady uncomfortable.
You have to push the pocket.
You absolutely cannot.
I don't think you have to sell out necessarily. You
have
can rush
to.
4 or 5.
No, you got to sell out pretty early. I think this is too much talent. You cannot give Brady pocket time. You cannot let him be comfortable in his head, like mentally. You cannot let him read your defense. You have to just pressure him, keep him thinking about the blitz and not as much coverage, right? You don't want him to think as a zoner man. You want him to be worried about the blitz. Where's the blitz coming from? Who do I have to protect me? That's what you want going through his head.
Yeah.
You don't want him to be thinking about what type of coverage is out there, and you don't want to give him time to throw to Evans, Godwin, Gronk,
Whoa.
Brown. There's too many guys. Brait. This is too much talent.
There's
So
a lot of
this-
talent.
Screen options. You got two great running backs. It's too much talent. You have to get him scared quick.
Go ahead, Tim.
No. It's off topic now.
Off topic
It's
again.
off topic.
All
now.
right.
Pull it in right after this.
It's off topic. No, it's just it was about Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Yeah, rumored what it could be for New England.
What's the rumor?
So this is from Steve. Hold on, Stu Moline. It's the Associated Press. Anyways,
Oh, we got another call, folks.
trade would be Derek Carr and a 2021 fourth round pick for the number 15
caller
overall.
No caller ID? Nothing? No
For-
caller ID?
So for a 2021 first round pick and a 2022 first round pick in Stidham. So two firsts in Stidham
No thanks.
for a fourth in Derek Carr. Would you do that?
I would take it.
I would take it.
I
What
do.
is it? Sorry.
2 first round picks, so 21 and
that-
22.
So, Drew, I know
And
you just
Jared
got on
Stidham
the air, but we do have
for
another
Derek
caller
Carr
calling in,
and a
so I
fourth
want
round
to
pick.
take him.
I'd do that.
Caller, you are on the air. How's it going? MVP Sports
what's
Talk.
up? What's up, guys?
How you doing?
It's Jim.
What's your name and where are you from?
This is Jimmy Barnes.
Jimmy Barnes. There he
It
is.
is. What's up, guys?
What's
There we
going on?
go.
Nick, Timmy, what's going on?
Howdy.
Same old, same old.
Yeah, so we touched a little bit about it, guys, but you have to think that they're going to rush Brady to the full tilt, and then they're going to try and take Gronk out of the game because that's one of his biggest weapons.
Yep. No, I agree.
So if you do that, what else? What other options does Tampa Bay have against the Chiefs?
I think Antonio Brown's gonna be huge.
So like we said in the beginning, right? Tampa Bay establishing the run game early and often, right? Fournette and Jones, whether you want to go with the hot hand, if Fournette's running the ball hot, stick with him. If Rojo's gonna be hot, I think Rojo being a receiver out of the backfield might be like a low key kind of.
I mean, that's one thing I could really see
hot role for him
if they try to continue to rush Brady and blitz him. If he gets a screen game going, they're going to be swamped.
I don't necessarily think Gronk is a big weapon in this game.
No, I think he's
not
more
in
of a
the
blocking
passing
weapon,
game,
though.
For sure in the blocking. So to help with that pass rush, for sure.
It'll be Gronk on Clark for the majority of the night.
Yeah. But I mean, those weapons that Brady has surrounding him, his weapons are more in the receivers with Godwin, Evans, and Antonio, and Scotty Miller.
Yeah, Gronk
he's got
Gronk
four
shut down some
bona
of the
fide,
best
established receivers that can make plays and that have proven it all year long.
You look back to some of the defensive caliber that Tampa's faced all year. 9 times out of 10, Gronk's the difference maker on that front. And that's the reason why he came down to Tampa, was to block. His brother said, I watch his brother on TikTok all the time. His brother always talks about it. It was the one difference that Rob could do that he couldn't do is block. And I mean, he's faced some of the best ends in the game, and he shuts them down as if he's one of the best left tackles in the game. It's just that confidence on that left side so much better with Gronk being there.
And since
I don't want to hold him up on the line, though. I said I don't want to hold up Jimmy on the line.
What do you mean?
I don't want to hold up on the line, see if he's got anything else, because we only have one more, right? Because Drew's still on here?
Yeah, Drew's on here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
we don't have
Yeah, no, that's all I got, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, Jimmy, I appreciate it.
Jimmy,
Thanks for calling in, buddy.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Take care of yourself.
See you around.
All right.
You too.
Yeah, so I mean,
No, that's definitely a great point by James. I mean, absolutely.
I think Antonio Brown's probably going to have a huge game. I think he almost has to.
All right.
But the other difference, too, I'm going to reiterate, I'm going to regurgitate, right? So, the key factor to the rush game, is having the good run game. It's not going to let you shut down the guys you want to shut down. If you have a good run game, you're going to have to start pulling, linebackers or safeties on to spy and to shadow. And you can't double coverage strong enough when you're against a big run team. There's just the defense gets so spread apart. Right, you're pulling guys down, you're shifting guys outside to cover an outside run. You have the fourth or fifth best offensive line in the league, and then you add Gronkowski to the outside. It's just such a heavy front that they get those big outside runs, and that's where the Chiefs are going to be on a downfall. It's because they have fast backs who run outside, but you lost your left tackle. You don't know if Mahomes is going to trust whoever's coming in to fill it. Right? I don't think he's played all year for them, if I'm not mistaken, or not in that position. Left tackle's the focal point of the offensive line. That is your bread and butter. That's who you trust the most, and that's why you always see Gronk on the left side of Brady. He's always there. You always have a strong left side for Brady. And Mahomes is going to have a weak left side, and they're going to rush the crap out of it. It might get to him mentally. Tampa Bay plays a great preventative defense.
Yep.
They do the same thing New England does. You don't put a ton of pressure on a fast quarterback. You give him space. You shut down who he can throw to. You don't let him get first down yardage, but you let him move around back there, right? Come to us, because we're not going to chase and get out of the play, right? You start chasing and dropping big 300, 400-pound defensive tackles down there, down the gaps. They're not going to run back and get them.
I think the Buccaneers defensively, it's going to be the same mantra it's been all playoffs. Bend, don't break.
Yep.
Those coaches are reiterating to those players on the Bucs defense, hey, you can give up the plays, man. You don't worry about giving up yards. When they get into their 20-yard line red zone, that's when if you hold the Chiefs to field goals, the Bucs will win this game.
And it's similar to what Tim and I do, or mostly Tim does in basketball, where it's you got a guy who can't shoot a grade 3. So you don't cover him as much. Let him shoot out there, right? If you're gonna lose, you gotta
give him that shot. If he makes it, tip your cap.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna lose, you gotta pick who you're gonna lose to.
So since Drew just joined us,
oh yeah, true.
I want to because Drew, we for our first hour we went over the keys to the game, right? Both Buccaneers and Chiefs, the keys to the game for them to win, right? So what are your keys here in this matchup with the Bucs Chiefs? What are you looking forward to here?
I think that the Buccaneers have to play mistake-free football. If they turn the ball over like they did against Green Bay, Patrick Mahomes will make them pay. You can't keep giving him more and more opportunities. So I think they'll do the Chiefs will do to the Bucs what the Bucs did to Green Bay. Green Bay turned the ball over, Bucs made them pay. If Tampa Bay turns the ball over, Mahomes will make them pay, man. I don't feel like they're going to be able to, make those kinds of mistakes and keep up with that offense. They just have too many options, too many weapons. Now, I will say, I feel like that offensive line is so beat up right now for Kansas City that, the front seven of Tampa definitely has an opportunity to get in there and make some plays for them on defense. So if they can get in there, make Mahomes get some happy feet, maybe make some mistakes, that's possibly an opportunity for them to create some turnovers. And I think that's going to be a key, is to try to get Mahomes to create those turnovers. If you can do that and play mistake-free football, Tampa Bay is going to come out on top because Tommy's going to lead them down and score points. If they don't do that, then I think Patty Mahomes just finds a way to score 30, 35 points, and you're just not going to beat that team when they score that many points against you.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
I just want to take a quick minute. Mm-hmm. Anyone that's listening to this, I'd appreciate it if you're on Facebook, if you could head over to the Attleboro Whitehawks Facebook page. We are doing Super Bowl squares.
75, I was going to take 75.
Yeah, so we're doing football squares. Listen, we got a couple spots left. I don't remember exactly what the raw numbers were off the top. There's a link that's up there as well as a picture that explains everything. I believe, was it $20 a square?
I think 20.
I think it's either 20 or $25 a square. Listen, the Whitehawks, I mean, obviously, they're local here in Attleboro. They're the youth football organization. And obviously with everything that was going on with COVID, it's kind of put a real wrench in their plans. So they're trying to do this to raise money so that way we'd be able to have a season this coming fall. So we're trying to, rebuild up that account and things that we usually would rely on from last season we weren't able to get due to us not having a season. So, if you got some extra cash, and everyone's tight for right now, but if you want to go over, I think there's maybe 5 or 6 spots left. It's closing on the 5th. So if we could just kind of hammer out the last couple spots, close it up, I think everyone in the league would really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So if you could, go over again, Attleboro Whitehawks Facebook page, check it out. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or I'm sure Nick.
Attleboro Whitehawks.
And we can get some information further over to you.
Yeah, buddy. So Dill LeBlanc thinks Jason Pierre-Paul is going to be a big problem too on that front four of the Bucks.
The firework man.
Yeah, I mean he's going to be, because why? He's going to be matched up against that fresh left tackle.
Well, no. Barrett's going to be matched up.
Or are they going
to?
Yeah, but a lot of times they flip.
Oh, do they?
So
regardless, JPP has been dominant all playoffs.
Yeah, very.
All playoff longs.
Very.
Like he's been a difference maker.
That front four
arguably
is tough.
the best player on their defense this far.
Yeah, and that's a tough front four. So I got to look up the kid's name who's left tackle because I feel stupid. Just
Dude, there's
whoever.
so many variables in this game. It makes me so excited. It really does. This game can go either way. It really can. Yep. It honestly can. But I'll ask Drew first since he just called. And I'm going to ask everybody, right?
Oh, we got to also get Drew's take on that rumor report.
Oh, crap. So we got a couple of minutes. Should I roll the break now?
Yeah, you got it.
Roll the break now. And then I have a big question that'll spark like a lot of just overall sports debate. So Drew, stick with us. We'll be right back, folks. 508-222-1320. Still got one line open, and we got about 35 minutes left in the show. So hit us up. Super Bowl preview, folks. We'll be right back. Welcome back.
Hey,
MVP
it's more
Sports
funny
Talk
that
Radio.
rendition is a thing because I grew up on that song.
Welcome back, folks. We got Nick, Tim, Ryan in studio. We got our boy Drew over the phone on his way home from work, right, buddy?
Hey.
Yeah, man. All right, guys.
Six spots left. 6 spots. Filling fast now. Let's go. $20. Let's go.
$20. Attleboro Whitehawks on Facebook, folks. Okay.
I even just put a link up on my personal page.
Big.
Check it out.
Big. All right, question for everybody.
Answer.
Drew, I'll start with you, okay, buddy?
You go.
Tom Brady wins his 7th Super Bowl on Sunday, right? Is he the greatest professional sports athlete of all time if he wins this Super Bowl? Yes or no, Drew?
So the easy answer is no.
Okay.
Because he's not a great athlete. Now.
No, okay.
One of the best-
So
one
the
of the best
greatest
performers?
of all time across all sports. So not the great. Okay, let me rephrase. The greatest. So you've got the Brady's, you've got the Jordan, you've got the Wayne Gretzky, you've got the Tiger Woods, you've got the Babe Ruth, the Hank Aaron, the Willie Mays. Is he the greatest professional sports icon of all time across all sports? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. I should have rephrased. I said athlete. Oh, no, he's not an athlete.
But he's an athlete.
He is an athlete, technically
Well,
speaking.
No. But he's not the greatest athlete, okay? Because there are guys that have been more athletic than him, that have done things
In terms of gifted
Yeah, there's
and
guys that are
talented.
faster than him and stronger than him. I
are-
understand that, but
that are
he's
better
still an
athletes,
athlete.
okay? You go to like the world of track and field and some of the records that were set in the
The
in
Michael
early 20th
Phelps.
century.
Michael Phelps. You can throw him
Looking
in
into it
there.
way too hard.
Yeah.
Absolutely, just way too many good athletes. So, but as far as professional sports like performance, I mean, can you really compare him to anybody else?
Wayne
At
Gretzky.
this
That's
point,
the only other person
I
I
mean-
put in there.
Do you really compare him to Jordan right now?
Really, like
Why?
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on.
Why?
Why?
It's just
Why?
What, you think Brady's above Jordan?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like all together?
Jordan, you got what? The super team.
I think it's close.
Brady, arguably, everyone says it's Belichick, it's New England, it's this, it's that.
It was a combination.
He goes to Tampa, and now he's in the Super Bowl again. I
So
don't really know.
You got to take things into. You got to
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So
Yeah.
let me rebuttal you. If he loses this game, is he not the greatest?
Is he? So right now, it's very debatable across the
Yeah, how?
sports.
How?
Okay, so with Jordan in particular, basketball, football being
Because I hate to say this to you, I'm putting almost LeBron on Jordan's level at this point.
Oh dear God, here we go.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Here we.
I'm
go.
just saying.
Here we go.
I'm just saying.
Here we go.
What are we going by? We going by records and
boy.
titles? What are we doing?
In terms of impact to the sport itself, in terms of
So you think that LeBron hasn't
championship
had any
pedigree,
impact?
in terms of statistics, in terms of just just
All that's there for LeBron, Ryan.
impact.
All that's there
on
for
the
LeBron.
sports.
I'm just saying. I don't want to get too far off topic, but all that's there for LeBron. Everything you just listed is there for LeBron.
You see, LeBron isn't LeBron without Michael Jordan, though.
But Michael Jordan isn't Michael Jordan unless if he has Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman and.
And LeBron's not LeBron without Kyrie, without the Ray Allen three.
But guess what? He's still LeBron.
Without
I think you're only fortifying why
without
Brady's
Dwayne
best.
Wade, without
So he's
a
only got,
multitude of
so he's only got
different-
one ring because he went to Los Angeles. Then?
He's also
Anthony
4-6
Davis.
in the finals.
And?
He's not on Jordan's level, buddy.
So Tom Brady's what?
He's not on Jordan's
What's
level.
Tom Brady? 6-4?
6-3.
6-3. Yes,
and
you're
three.
right. 6-3.
Yeah.
Hopefully not 6-4.
Anyone with a losing
Hopefully
record in the
7-3.
NBA finals does not. Jordan versus LeBron isn't even
I don't
a
know.
debate.
I think you're.
It's not. Jordan.
I think
the
you're-
fact that Jordan won 3 in a row, 2 separate times, and when he left, the Bulls didn't even make the playoffs. That's my point. The fact that Jordan did what he did with what he had, and the impact that he had, him and Brady are very comparable right now. Wayne Gretzky, you have to throw into that list. Gretzky's very overlooked just because of the popularity of the sport of hockey, but Gretzky, honestly, is above Jordan and Brady in my book right now, as of right now. In terms of the impact that he's had on the game, the championships, and in terms of, and then you throw in the statistics for goals, for points, for assists. He's number 1 on every single list by a landslide. A landslide, man. Ovechkin still needs another 10 years to catch him in goals. And we know how good Ovechkin is as a goal scorer in terms of the sport of hockey. Now, I mean, you kind of diminish Gretzky's impact because of the sport. Hockey doesn't have as big of an impact in our sporting world in America than football or basketball.
Yeah.
Or baseball, for that matter, right? So I think Gretzky really does get overlooked in that conversation in terms of the greatest athletes across all spectrums of sports, right? So I don't know. If Brady wins this one, I think he's the greatest athlete of all time. I'm with Drew on that. So Tim, what do you think?
I made my.
You think he's already?
I think
there?
he's already the greatest of all time
Across all sports.
across all sports.
Okay. Why is that?
Likewise.
Well, all right, number one, Wayne Gretzky. Where was he judged when he came into the league?
Where was he judged?
Well, yeah, was he not a known name or was he a very known prospect?
No, he
You know
was
what
a
I mean?
known name.
Okay, so Brady came in, a guy that no one really gave a chance to,
Well, somewhat-
underrated.
a somewhat known name.
We all know the story, right? 95% of the people didn't know who he was. Patriots fans didn't know who he was, right? He was third on the team depth chart. He climbs up. Like, I don't need to sit here and go through the whole biography of Tom Brady, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you look at where he was, where he's been, where he's gone, probably where he's going, and there's really no evidence to sit there and make a case that he's not the best. Right now.
Okay.
Right now. And, like, listen, you look at all the records. Like, he's going to pass Drew Brees, right? And clearly that's what he's gunning for, right? He's hopefully going to get another Super Bowl ring, right? Get past Jordan championships. That's what everyone wants to talk about. But I just feel like there's nothing there right now that you can sit there and go, yeah, no, he's not the best. Like, everyone knows who Tom Brady is. Everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
He's, winning percentages up there. Other than, the 3 losses in the Super Bowl, like, regular season games, things like that. Like, there's just so much, like, background to the story that you just look at everything that he's done and like, the things that, like, he's overcome. He shouldn't have been where he is today. Like, by our basic knowledge and, like, what we know what he was, he shouldn't be who he is today. He shouldn't. He shouldn't be sitting here at the, how old is he now?
43.
43. He's bringing down his 7th Super Bowl ring in the face. Okay, going to his 10th Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't supposed to happen. Like, this isn't supposed to be a thing.
I'm with you. I don't disagree
Right?
with it at all.
Like, Jordan, when he left, how old was Jordan?
He left?
Yeah, when he left. The first time.
38.
And then he came back. What was it, the next year he came back? Mm-hmm. And he didn't really do anything when he came back.
I'd make the argument, though, in Jordan's position, it's more physically demanding than what Brady's been in.
Is it, though?
I think so.
I think.
In terms of the,
I don't
especially, you saw the documentary,
No,
right?
I-
Last Dance?
Yeah.
It's
In
great.
terms of the physicality and the grit of that age of
great.
basketball,
I'm sorry. And don't,
especially beginning.
Do you have? But this is no non-basketball. You can't tell me that someone that goes to work 7 days or even 5 days, 6 days.
So a man in Michael Jordan's position, right, packing the rim, physical,
Okay.
day in, day out,
Yep.
82 games a year,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Compared to Brady, who plays 16 games a year,
Yep.
right, and hasn't really like.
But what
doesn't-
about his practices?
In terms of consistency,
You're
doesn't
going
take
by
it nearly as hard
you're
of
going by what
right?
you see on game day. You don't know what he does on practice. You don't know what he's doing when he's training at
Especially
home.
New
Well, I mean, you know,
New England's
you know
ours-
what Jordan's done in practice.
New
Like he's a
Right,
full,
but what I'm saying
balls
is
to the
not
wall,
me,
like-
not me. I'm saying other people, including you right now, are saying like, oh, he's only played 16 games. Okay, but what's he doing when he's not playing the game? He's not sitting on his, on his couch watching.
This is a really big debate here.
Yeah, he's
It
not.
really
He's
is.
not sitting on the couch watching, Mickey Mouse movies, eating, Jack's,
Right.
cheddar puffs.
Especially in New
He's
England.
probably in the gym. He's probably,
Preparation.
throwing
Yeah.
the ball. Like, he's not going and dunking on somebody or something like that. But like, you're never gonna convince me that a contact sport is less physically demanding than a non-contact sport.
Especially to be
Well,
Body
as a
wise,
sport, yes,
maybe.
as a sport,
But
yes.
physical demand, no. Like, he should have been out of the league years ago.
to be in your 40s and get hit by another grown man like J.J. Watt in your 40s and have to get up.
Brady's another breed. I think we can all agree on that.
Let's
in
be
terms
real
of
here.
in terms of what he does to take care of his body, no
Yeah.
cheat days, his regimen, his plyometrics.
But this is also furthering my point.
it's
Why he's the
different.
best. He's the best at his craft,
Yeah. Mhm.
right? Half of the guys out there.
I'm making both arguments.
No, I know. Half these other guys out here, like, they don't care. They want their time. They want their money. And they're done. They
Here's
don't
here's an
care.
example. It can a lot of guys, but I mean like OBJ before, a couple seasons ago on a boat, like partying, living up, right? Sorry, Drew.
Right before the playoff, right before the playoff game against Green Bay.
Aaron Rodgers last week he's caught in the bed of a truck with beers and hey, good for him. I'm all for it. But you wouldn't see Tom Brady sitting in the bed of a pickup truck with a 30 rack of beer in his hand, like, oh, that's great. I just lost the NFC Championship. Wouldn't happen.
I'll give you one in-house. How about Rob Gronkowski gets signed to traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, their off-season workouts require them to upload video of them doing.
Oh yeah.
So what does Gronk do
He
in the
wore
most
different-
typical Gronk fashion? Hey, I'm gonna record one video or like 1 day's worth of me just running in outfits. So, Sunday he'd go out there, run 7 sets suicides and 7 outfits, and then Monday he would sit on his couch, upload a video. Tuesday sit on his couch, upload a video. So that is the difference between someone being serious about their craft and someone that's just there, right? He's just there. So that's why I'm saying, like, when you want to talk about overall, like, best athlete to ever do it, like, professional athlete as far as being a professional athlete, not a Olympic sprinter or anything like that, right? Because we all know that I would probably beat Tom Brady in a race, okay? And that's probably in a wheelchair at that point as well. Maybe that would help me go a little bit faster. I don't know. I can't sit there and say, like, listen, this guy's 43. He's still in the league, still a threat in the league, still in games, still going to Super Bowls, and be like, no, right now he's not the best. He's the best. He's best.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm sorry to tell you this, but LeBron is coming up in his shadows. You can say whatever you want about the whole finals wins and losses.
No, it's not.
The other day, the guy wins. He takes care of his body. When's the last time he missed a season because of an injury? He's serious about his craft. He wants to be the best.
I'm not debating that.
I'm telling you, you can sit there, and I understand you probably think there's a LeBron hater. Believe me, I hate the Lakers too, and I hate LeBron because he's a Laker. And dude, Nick will tell you, I liked LeBron before he went to the Lakers. I liked him in Miami. I liked him in Cleveland. Other than Kobe Bryant, I'll never share for a Laker ever, just because of how I am with the Celtics. So, I don't know. I'm just telling you, man. Like, people like LeBron and Brady are once in a lifetime. There will never be another Tom Brady.
No, never.
One of the things that drives me absolutely nuts about the Super Bowl, because people are like, "Oh, you got to go against the future GOAT." What? What?
You can't say he's the future GOAT.
He's won one Super Bowl. Maybe if he wins this one, he's two.
Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes.
Slow down. Let the guy get through 5 seasons first.
Here's my point, and I don't think there will ever be another quarterback like Tom Brady. Look, the length and the lifespan of quarterbacks in the NFL is decreasing year after year after year. Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers probably played a bit more. Drew Brees is likely retiring. I think everyone understands that,
Brees
right?
is 42, so, I mean, yeah, it's understandable.
But the point is, of anybody that is in obtainable reach of even attempting to touch his stats are retiring before him. They're all retiring before him, right? So it's just like, you can't even compare. And guys like Mahomes, yeah, he's good. I hate the guy. I can be humble and say that he's good, right? There's not many that do it like him. But he's not going to be playing in his 40s. He's probably done in 7 years. Probably after that contract, he's got a year or two left at best, if he's lucky. Every year he's got an injury. This year it's turf toe. Last year it's 17 different body parts, right? Every year it's something. For the most part, Brady stayed pretty healthy. And you just factor it in. Like, a lot of these quarterbacks are going to be around for 5 to 10 at best years if they're lucky. You're saying that most of them have to go to a Super Bowl every single year of their career.
So you really kind of have to dive in when it comes to the question, right? In terms of the greatest singular sports athlete across all sports, right? And I do not disagree with any of your points that you've made for Brady. So with that being said, so we'll use Jordan as a reference, right? As the greatest there, right? 6-0 in championship games, right? Hasn't lost in the NBA Finals. Never even allowed another team to reach Game 7, right? The basketball as a sport is certainly more individualized than football is, right? Football is a much broader, you have 52 men on a roster rather than 15, right? So it's much more individualized in basketball. I also think Jordan excelled in elevating the players on his team more than what Brady did. You could make the argument with Brady in those Super Bowls with the Patriots that the defense on the Patriots outperformed the offense every single year that they won the Super Bowl, right? The defense was better than the offense, right? So you could make that argument. Which Super Bowl was the defense better, or what was the offense better than the defense for the Patriots? Probably the Rams.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or no, the offense was better than the defense. Probably the Falcons Super Bowl. That's the only one. That's the only one that really comes to mind where I can definitively say that the Patriots offense was better than the defense that season. Right? Every other Super Bowl win, like the Rams Super Bowl, definitely the defense was better. The Seahawks win, you could definitely make the case with Darrelle Revis and Brandon Browner and Malcolm Butler and a nice healthy Hightower and that front seven. And then the first 3 Super Bowls with the Rams, the Panthers, and the Eagles victories, easily the defense was better, right? So you can also I make that argument. In terms of that's why I kind of put Jordan slightly right now at this moment slightly ahead of Brady. But if Brady wins that 7th and the way that he did it, leaving Belichick, year 1, you have COVID, right? No mini camp, no training camp. The biggest loser franchise in NFL history altogether. You take them from a bottom feeder NFL franchise to a Super Bowl winner in one season without all of those factors, Brady's easily the best. Easily. Just on this season alone.
Yeah, especially when they're coming out and saying, when your head coach comes out and says, we're letting him coach.
Yep.
What more do you have? I think that's it. That should be, when he applies for the Hall of Fame, that should be on his ballot. Mm-hmm. We're letting him coach. Drew, I know you've been kind of quiet.
So what did it take? It took the Hall of Fame, 20 seconds to vote on Peyton Manning?
Yeah, it should be
It'll
3.
take 2 seconds,
3 seconds
for Brady. Not
Shouldn't even take 2.
Wouldn't
Tom
even-
Brady. Oh, yep, he's in.
Yeah, he's in. Oh, Tom Brady's eligible this year? Have we had a meeting yet? No.
I'll be
okay.
ticked.
Do we even have to talk about it?
I'll be pissed if they let it go past 20 seconds.
All right. What were you going to ask?
Pissed let it go past
Hey, Drew,
10.
you still there, buddy?
I'm here, boy.
All right.
All right, yeah. So
Thought we lost him like Aaron Rodgers.
We've just been. Oh, you're just never gonna let the poor guy live.
Throwing shots already. Jeez.
All right.
I love you, buddy. I got my Hard Knocks bandwagon hat on
You're
for you
yelling into your
tonight.
mic.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Blow my ears out.
Fucking bandwagon bastard.
Bandwagon best. That's it. Pretty sure you can say that, Ryan.
Not the beginning.
No, he dropped the F-bomb.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's okay. I dumped it.
Drew, 2 dumps in a week?
Come on,
I love
buddy.
it.
In 2 weeks?
That's what happens when you ruffle my feathers.
There you go. All right. What you
All
want to
right.
ask him?
So,
I'm going to leave that one alone.
all right. My question to you is,
How's it feel to walk?
you miss. Stop. Let me get this off. Christ. All right. You missed our hot rumor. Okay. This is a pretty. Not concrete, but this is a credited rumor. I've verified from a few different sources. There's a couple people backing it. We already heard from Bleacher Report yesterday that there was a 3-team possible trade happening for Watson. So, it came off the desk today that the Washington football team will send 2 first-round picks to Vegas and acquire Derek Carr. From there, Vegas will take the 2 first-round picks they got for Carr, along with 2 additional, 4 total first-round picks for Deshaun Watson. Do you make that trade?
Yep, all day. Way better players than Derek Carr is ever going to be. He's going to put fans in the stands. He's going to make the people around him better. They've got a great nucleus of talented players that he can get the ball to. And who cares about the next 4 drafts? If they put Deshaun Watson in there with those offensive skill players, they can pick in the second
In
round.
Vegas with
Every
Jacobs,
year,
Darren Waller,
nobody cares.
Ruggs.
I think that Drew might be the
So
next
many
Bill
good players
O'Brien.
in Vegas right now. Brian Edwards, Darren Waller, Ruggs is there, coming off of a rookie season where he didn't do much, but he's ready to break out. Obviously, you got Josh Jacobs there. You got a stout offensive line. Their defense didn't look bad this year. At times,
Their defense
they gave
was
up
terrible.
points.
Terrible
Their
defense.
At times, they were okay.
Got beat
But
by
look,
Cam
you
Newton.
can pick up- you can rebuild your defense in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round, and you can buy some free agents. You can't get a Deshaun Watson again. I don't care who's coming out of college in the next 4 years. They're not going to find another Deshaun Watson with one of those picks. So why not trade him and get a Deshaun Watson now instead of waiting for a year, 2, 3 years to find him? It's just like the Patriots. If the Patriots could give up 4 first-round picks to get Deshaun Watson, absolutely you get him right now because he's a guy that comes into your offense today that can step in and be a top 5 quarterback.
Who's
You're not looking for the next guy to groom?
Here's the big question, though. Is Deshaun Watson really that much of an upgrade over Derek Carr right now?
Are you kidding me?
So,
All right.
okay. All right.
You know what?
All right. Hey, hang on. Let me finish my thing. Let me finish my point here. The situation in Vegas is a lot similar to the situation in Houston right now.
No.
It really is.
No, it's not.
In,
Vegas is like-
terms of roster.
No, Vegas is way better. No, Vegas is way better. I'm not going to sit here and let you say that the
Okay.
Vegas roster is as good as
In
the
terms
Houston
of
Texans.
Vegas's defense.
No.
Yes.
No, because you have one guy on defense in Houston. One guy.
Vegas's defense isn't that much
Are
better.
you kidding me?
They're not that much better, man.
Dude.
Statistically,
Stop.
after this year,
Stop.
I don't think it's that
Max
big of a...
Crosby alone wipes out J.J. Watt.
Huh?
Max Crosby
Oh, Jesus.
alone wipes out J.J. Watt. Who else does Houston have? I'll wait.
He wipes out J.J.
Yes,
Watt?
so Max Crosby and J.J. Watt neutralize each other. So
Oh, okay.
So who else does Houston
Okay,
have?
you said wipes
like,
him out.
yeah,
you
so-
said
so
wipes
who
him
else you
out,
have?
and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, like because
Hang
that's
on a
your argument
second.
that he has better defensive
Okay, so he
players.
cancels
No.
it out. So it cancels it out.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about players. I'm talking about how they perform this season. It's
Yeah,
very
but
comparable.
but you can't just go off of this season though. You
And I
can't.
don't think John Gruden's that okay. So
I
you
don't
take,
think John Gruden's that good of a coach either. Don't get me wrong.
So you take a 4-12 Texas team. You bring, what did Vegas finish at? 5-11?
No, I don't think it was that bad. Maybe. Hold on. Mm-hmm. 8-8.
8-8. Okay.
So that's
That's
pretty average. The problem
So
is
they're
you
8-8.
play, yeah.
Okay, so Raiders are 8-8, right? Tougher division, whatever. Okay, you bring Watson in. What are you? 9-7, 10-6. Unless you have pieces there in place, and you're just missing that one quarterback piece. What I'm saying is, acquiring Deshaun Watson for Vegas should propel him to a championship contender. And I don't think it does.
No, I don't think it does either because I also don't think that.
So I don't think that move makes sense for Vegas.
I also don't think.
That's my point. I don't think the move makes sense for Vegas.
I also don't think that Deshaun Watson is 4 first-round picks better than Derek Carr.
Right.
I think 2.
Right. Yeah.
I don't.
I'm
think
with
4.
you on that.
So I mean, at that point, you're just
That's the
mortgaging
thing.
your future.
If you're going to make that trade for Deshaun Watson for 4 first-round picks, you better
Now, if you're
damn
gonna
well
tell me-
be a Super Bowl contender.
if you're going to tell me you're going to go from Derek Carr to Patrick Mahomes, then yeah, I'd go 4 fourth-round pick,
Here is
first-round
the
picks.
problem. Okay. And I thought that this was the problem going into it, so that's why I looked. They don't have the cap space to pay him. So they're going to have to
the Raiders?
cut. Yeah, they're red $10 million. They got to cut 10 out already. And Carr only takes up 19. You're at what? What was it? 40 something?
Who did they sign that's like so big on the cap? Well, they have Dwayne Brown, right?
These guys, they can always fudge the numbers.
I mean, your best bet, get rid of Mariota.
He's only got a 1-year deal anyways.
Yeah, but he's hitting 11.3 mil.
That's another guy.
Yeah, but he comes off the books this year. It's only a 1-year deal.
I'd rather have Mariota here in New England than Cam.
Oh, definitely.
Give me Mariota.
All right, so
I'd be okay
here's who
with
they
Mariota.
paid. They paid Derek Carr at 22 mil. They paid Trenton Brown at 14 mil. Mm-hmm. Corey Littleton at 13 mil. Rodney Hudson at 13 mil. Terrell Williams at 11 mil.
Offensive lineman.
Lamarcus Joyner at 11 mil. Marcus Mariota. Can we talk about that for a minute? Their backup quarterback made $10 million last year.
Yeah.
Okay? Talk about a stupid move. Gabe Jackson, 9 mil. Carl Nassib, 9.5. Farrell, 8.5. So, I mean...
That guy's worth every penny.
And Mariota signed a 2-year deal.
With Vegas?
Yeah, 2-year deal. He signed through 2021. That's
Okay.
why he's on that.
Gotcha.
I'm showing that they have $22 million in cap space.
Yeah, that was ultimately my
Who's your
point.
site
I don't
you're
think the moves.
This is on sporttrack.com.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for
Over the
Vegas
cap.
to
Over
give
the
up
cap.
all of those assets just to get like 2 or 3 extra wins and not be a Super Bowl contender. Like, you need to be a perennial contender in the AFC with the Kansas Cities, the Buffaloes of the world. You know what I mean?
Over the cap will factor in the salary projected salary cut. That one probably isn't.
Like, you're not even better than Tennessee at that point. Even
no,
if
that
you bring
was,
in Watson,
signing
you're not
bonus.
even better than
Yeah,
Tennessee.
they're in the red by 10 mil.
Yeah, 10 million. And so they gotta. I mean, maybe you get rid of Mariota, but then you gotta buy another backup. So I don't know. And again, you're not addressing problems. Then you can't afford to pay draft picks. So you want to draft in a defense in second or third round. You can't afford to pay him. It's just a lot. I mean, 4 first-round picks for any player is crazy. You could draft a new franchise with that.
Just do it, man. It's totally worth it. If you're the Raiders, just do it. Don't be stupid.
They cut Mariota, his money's not even guaranteed.
Oh, it's all dead.
Yeah, no, it's not all dead. It's they would get it back. There's no hit before June 1st.
Okay.
Bring him to New England.
He'll
I'd be
probably be
okay
in
What
New
I don't
England.
understand is their cap numbers are terrible.
Yeah, they got awful cap
Like they're
management.
just as bad as Kansas City, man.
That's a big like.
Did you ever look at New Orleans? Did you listen to our New Orleans one I did?
Yeah.
New Orleans is terrible.
So now that Matt Stafford's in L.A., Nick, who's your pick for the Patriots to be quarterback this season now?
I'll probably stick with my last
Switch it
year
up.
pick in Mariota.
Think Mariota.
I wouldn't mind him
Well, you'd have to trade for him, right?
unless they release him.
Yeah.
If they get Deshaun, they're probably releasing him. I don't know what else they're
Right.
going to
Yeah,
do.
that makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
They got to shave cap hard. And they have terrible cap management. And you got to plug defensive holes. I mean, you got guys that are going to want better re-signing. You're going to, if you get Deshaun, you got like 2 years to make it happen. And you don't have a defense for a Super Bowl. I don't care how good the offense is. They're not beating Kansas City, probably not beating Tampa Bay in a Super Bowl.
I can sincerely say at this point, I honestly don't know what route that the Bill and the Patriots are going to go at quarterback.
Yeah.
I really
Nobody
don't.
does.
It's
Yeah, it's just the number 15.
Bill's ego is too damn big to lose on a trade, right? Because you're going to have to lose on a trade if you're going to get a bona fide quarterback. You're gonna have to give up 15.
And they
You're
just
probably
came
gonna have to give up next year's first rounder and then another asset on top of that.
It also came out just 20 minutes ago, 10, a little, I don't know. But anyway, came out that Deshaun doesn't want to go to the Jets, or is not on his top of his list, even though it said it was prior. So it makes me think that he might know about this trade going on and is trying to clear page and keep teams interested. Because I have a feeling that, maybe if you're Las Vegas, you're like, hey, we're not on his top 5 destination, so what the heck?
So do we know Scott Gunter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, you guys need to have me on the show. You guys have no idea what you're talking about.
Listen, Scott, I'll ruin you.
Scotty Crack.
Poor
All in,
Scotty.
Scotty, let's go.
I mean, that's why we have a radio show and he doesn't, right? I mean, what do we know?
Oh boy.
We're just 4 ordinary guys just like
Hey,
spitballing.
Scott, we have a phone line. Don't
We do
call
have
now because I have a vacation to get to.
In fact.
Oh, you guys flying out today?
Oh yeah.
Tonight?
No, I wish.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow morning, but I gotta go home and sleep.
I mean, Scott, we got an open line, man.
No,
don't
we don't.
encourage him today. Listen,
I mean,
Scott.
we got an open line,
Scott.
buddy. 508-222-1320. We got about
Scott,
3
if you
minutes
call
left.
in, I'm driving down to Taunton or wherever the hell you are.
Hey,
and
Scott.
I'm gonna find you.
Scott, you better call in, buddy.
Scott, next week-
508-222-1320.
Next-
Call in. Tell us why we're wrong.
Next Tuesday, Scott, I'm flying.
Back it up, bro.
Next Tuesday night, I'm flying back into Boston. Then I'm gonna drive my fat self
y'all are
home.
staying till
and on
Tuesday?
Wednesday night, I'm
Y'all are
driving my
staying till
fat self
Tuesday?
here.
Yeah. Hey, you're missing out.
I am missing out.
So next Wednesday, you better call in, Scott. I want to hear it. I want a 30-minute take from you.
Yeah, Super Bowl,
And when
reaction.
we're dead right about this Super Bowl,
about Tampa.
I want you to call in and tell me how I was somehow wrong. Okay, Scott?
Yeah, what do we not know what we're talking about?
He just likes to
Brett
to
Favre
mess around.
calls out Texans Deshaun Watson for requesting trade, even though he forced Packers to deal with the Jets. Ooh.
What is that? Who was that?
Some Packers drama.
Who was that?
Some Packers drama.
Brett Favre?
Yeah, Brett Favre.
Yeah, I saw that.
Jesus.
Oh, interesting.
You got Packers drama.
All right. So I guess we'll go back around the room since we only got a few minutes left. Drew, what is your prediction for Sunday, buddy? Well, first off, Drew, what are your plans for Sunday? What are you doing for the Super Bowl? And then give me a prediction. What are you cooking? I want to know what you're
Let him
cooking.
talk.
Time for the kickoff of the game, or maybe right after the first quarter. So I'll be home watching the game in the second half, enjoying some wings,
That sucks.
and watching Tommy Brady win number 7. My prediction: Tampa 26, Kansas City 24. Put it in the book.
Put it on the board. 26-24. Buccaneers win, and that'll cover the under, folks. Tim, give me a prediction, homie.
For the game?
Yeah, and well, we all know you're going to be in Tampa.
I'm staying.
For the game.
21-27. Brady and the Bucks, baby.
27-21.
Ring number 2.
Sticking with the same prediction there, Nikki?
I don't remember what my prediction
I don't either.
anymore. I think it was 27-21. What was yours?
I was 27-21. I think.
I think mine was 31-24.
Okay.
I think.
I said 38-24.
I knew I should have written it down.
38-27.
I
let's
knew
get
I
them written
should've
down now.
Yeah.
31-24 is what I'm going to go with.
I'll go a little lower, but I think it'll be closer than what I predicted last week now.
Hey,
now that I've had a week to
meatball
think about it.
sandwich?
What was that?
You know, somebody.
You're
I can't hear you breaking
you're
up.
breaking up, homie.
Do I owe anybody a meatball sub?
You do.
Wait, for what?
Maribella's coming up soon.
He does.
Wait, why does he owe you one?
Because Brady and the Bucks took care of business.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
right. I almost forgot. See?
right. Meatball
See,
sub.
unlike somebody with wings,
Meatball sub.
unlike someone with wings,
We never officially
Drew is
bet
always
on
the
it,
man
but
of
okay.
his
Drew
word.
remembered. You're a good man of your word, Drew. I respect that. And for that, I will no longer pick on you for Aaron Rodgers losing.
Yeah, dog.
No, you'll still pick
That's
on
bribery at its best.
Let's be real. You're going to pick on
Nah, I'll let him live.
Not for one of those meatball subs.
Yeah, not
Those
one
are
of those.
good.
Let me tell you, he stinks smack.
Yeah. I'm going to go a little lower. 31
They were worth getting in trouble by James for.
Fact.
31-27 Bucks. Beat the spread. They win by
Number 7.
All right, hold on. Before we get off air here, Drew,
Yes, sir.
give me your MVP.
Super Bowl MVP.
Super Bowl MVP.
Yep.
Let's go with Shaquille Barrett.
Oh, I like it.
Wow.
I like it. Can we get him up a little bit or no?
He's up
He's going to get a nice
all
strip
the way.
sack, turnover, and be a big part of the defense that gets Patty Mahomes to turn the ball over and gets Tommy another win. So that's my MVP, Shaq Barrett.
Good stuff. Nick, who you got?
Super Bowl MVP.
Who you got, Ryan?
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Jason P. Wow.
We're going defensive
Wow.
players.
Who you got? Who you got?
Defensive players. Who do I got?
Yeah, who's your MVP?
Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin's going to have like 11, 12 catches.
You ready for this one?
Watch, 10
Antonio
to
Brown
12.
gets-
This one's going to be a
Did we lose,
surprise.
Drew?
I'm going to go with Ryan Suckup. No, I'm kidding. Tom Brady.
Did we lose, Drew?
Nah, Drew's still here.
Think you
You
might
still
hung
there,
up.
buddy?
He hung up.
Yeah, we lost him. All right,
Yeah.
Anyway, folks, it's closing time.
Is that what the voice
Super
feels
Bowl
like?
week.
You just left us like that?
Hit us up on the page.
I think so.
Tell us what you're doing for the Super Bowl.
I want to hear your best Super
I'll
Bowl
be home.
snacks. That's what I want. Your
I'm gonna-
best Super Bowl snacks.
I'm-
And enjoy those Levante loaded nachos.
I'm going to start drinking at about 10 a.m. like I always do every single year.
Drunk text from Ryan.
And I'm going to start cooking food and just having a grand old time. My boys are going to be down in Tampa
Smoking
for the
a big
game.
fat Cuban cigar.
Smoking a big old fatty, hanging out down in Tampa with Nick and Jess. It's just the three of you guys going, right?
Yeah.
So
Blowing some O's of cigar smoke.
yeah, buddy. So it's gonna be a hell of a game, guys. So
excited.
It'll be
Look
a
forward
heck
to
of a
it.
Sunday. I can't wait. So be
Hopefully-
safe. Enjoy the game, folks. Join us next Wednesday for our reaction to the Super Bowl, and we'll see you then from 7 to 9. For Ryan Dollinger here on the boards, we got Nick Lavoie, Timothy
Sorry, real
Morin.
quick. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
Drew
Make
Almeida
to
on the phone.
Make sure to keep your eye on the page. Peep the page, because we'll be probably posting some photos from down in Tampa.
Yeah, buddy.
There might be a little pop-up Super Bowl preview.
Yeah, maybe.
We got something in the works.
All right. I'll join that stream.
So we're going to see what we can do.
All right.
Stick around. Keep
with
your
that,
eye out. Stay safe.
For MVP Sports Talk, this is Ryan Dollinger, Tim Morin, Nick Lavoie, and Drew Almeida.
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks. Hashtag TB12.
Hashtag raise the red flags.
Be safe, folks. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you next Wednesday at 7. Later.